I hate AI. No, not Allen Iverson. That's actually my guy. I hate artificial intelligence. Why? Because you're probably looking at this build like it's AI generated, Photoshop slap, or clickbait, but no. I promise you the build is real. I call it Kratos, and normally I would tell you everything about Kratos. But this isn't a build video. This is the build video. This will be the most important build video in NBA 2K history. If you can give me 15 minutes of your time, I promise you I will be able to teach you how to strategically and scientifically glitch out cat breakers on all heights and for all builds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cat Breakers Part 3. Welcome back to my castle. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Fresh, and I'm the founder of two groundbreaking cat breaker methods. The first one was a time saver. I said lower your free throw, and then whatever attributes come out the earliest are the ones that get the glitchiest cat breakers. So in this case, my Anthony Edwards build, the driver duck goes from an 83 all the way up to a 96, and the steal goes from a 60 all the way up to an 86. This method still works like a charm. Very reliable, but it's not perfect. Why? Because you don't know how high the driver dunk and how high the steal goes, right? It could go from an 83 to a 93. It could go from a 60 to an 84, right? Whatever the case may be. So, there is a better method out there. There's a group of people or a one-man army, but there's somebody out there that replicated the My Player Builder. And if you go to their website, I will put their website right here on the screen. Make sure you guys go after the video is over. Take a picture you need to or whatever, but it's 2K Court Vision. And they actually have the builder where you can plug in these attributes and you will see the cat breaker screen in real time. You don't have to load in and see anything like that. It is fire. I don't know why 2K doesn't show us this, but next year they probably will. Great job here by 2K Court Vision. I'm shouting him out, giving him some credit for that find. But that is the first method. Now, the second method wasn't just a time saver, it was a game breaker. So, in that method, I said instead of starting at 99 overall and working our way down, how about we clear the board, start at 25 overall, and then work our way up. So, we started upgrading driver dunk or whatever attribute, and you see that other attributes are upgraded alongside it, right? Well, I said these things are connected, so whenever you upgrade driver dunk, it upgrades the other attributes. To get glitchy driver dunk cat breakers, you want those other attributes that are connected alongside it to be as low as possible. Well, at the time, I didn't know, but 2K actually shows us which attributes are connected. So in this case, I'm hovering over driver dunk, and you can take a look at close shot, driving layup, standing dunk, ball handle, strength, and vertical. All those are highlighted. So whenever you want to get glitchy dunk cat breakers, you want those ratings for those other categories to be as low as possible, right? That gives you the highest likelihood, again, the glitchy dunk cat breakers. Now, when I made that video, I thought that all these attributes were tied back and forth together, but that's not actually the case. So look at driver dunk, strength, and vertical, for example. We go over here to vertical. Vertical is tied back to driver dunk, but we go over here to strength. Strength is not tied back to driver dunk. So you want glitchy strength cat breakers, you can actually raise your driver dunk and be good to go, but you don't want to raise your interior defense, perimeter defense, and post control. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, you might want to rewatch Cat Breakers Part 1 and Cat Breakers Part 2. It's going to be very tough to take pre-calculus if you are not past Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 yet. But if you're following, let's continue on with the video. Now, before you get to the attribute screen, the game will ask you for your name, your handedness, and your jersey number. My name's Auto Green. I've been Auto Green long before Zens were a thing. I'm really like that on this game. Now, the game will also ask you for your position, your height, your weight, and your wingspan. The most important thing here is your height. Your height determines some of the cat breaker families that you can achieve, and it determines how easy or difficult those cat breaker families are. For example, you can actually get shooting cat breakers on a small point guard, but they're not as good as getting the cat breakers in playmaking, in my opinion, or as good as getting the shooting cat breakers on a big man. On the flip side, you can also get playmaking cat breakers on a big man, but those aren't as good as getting those on a small guard. Does that make sense? Now, I'm going to very quickly tell you guys the best cat breakers for all the heights on the game, and I'm going to show you guys a few examples, right? So, if you're making a point guard that is 6'4" or under, I recommend you guys go for the playmaking cat breakers. That'll give you the best bang for your buck. This is the Kratos build I showed you guys earlier. I will teach you guys how to make that later on in the video, but this is a 6'4" or under point guard that gets the glitchy playmaking cat breakers. This is your guys' example. For the height 6'5" and 6'6", I recommend you guys glitch out the defensive cat breakers and the driver dunk cat breakers. Here's my Anthony Edward builds. You guys can use it in an example. It works really well on the heights of 6'5" and 6'6" when it comes to glitch on driver dunk and defensive cat breakers. On the height 6'7" and 6'8", I recommend you do not go playmaking cat breakers. Those are not very good on this height because you're only glitching the playmaking category up to 86 ball handle, 80 speed with ball. Not very good. You may well just upgrade those naturally. I do recommend you go driver dunk, block, vertical. That's good on both heights. Or you make a 6'8". You could go that route with driver dunk, block, and vertical. Or you can go all defensive and defensive rebounding. This is my Grinch build. I call it the Grinch because he steals everything, including Christmas. On this one, we get 96 driver dunk and 84 block because we glitched out those two categories. This works very good, not only on a 6'7" build, but also on a 6'8" build. This is my 6'8" power forward build I call Vecna. Very fire build here. So this one, we did the defensive cat breakers, right? So we go from 84 to 92 on perimeter, 81 to 94 on steal, block, and defense rebounding, get some really big boost that way, right? So I gave you guys two options for the 6'8" height, right? Driver dunk, block, and vertical, and then I gave you guys this option right here. Which one's better? Well, it depends on what you want to upgrade. If you want to have super high dunk like 99, 90 vertical, 90 block, whatever, I recommend you guys glitch out those attributes. In this case, I wanted 94 steal, I wanted 94 rebound. Those are both super expensive to get in the builder, so it benefited me to go with the defensive cat breakers and the defensive rebounding cat breaker. Did that make sense? For the height 6'9" and 6'10", the best cat breakers I've seen are defensive and rebounding. I also like the playmaking and driver dunk combination you guys can get at this height. But recently, Joey2K uploaded a video. A member of my community mentioned me, said, hey, you got to check this out. I went and saw it. Joey2K got offensive rebounding, post control, strength, and defensive rebounding cat breakers. That's really good on the height 6'9" and 6'10". I will show his build in this video as an example. Here's Joey2K's build. It gets 99 post control and 99 O board. Also gets 90 defensive rebounding. So those are really good things to glitch out. You can even get the strength up to 73, so you can get some bronze brick wall, strong handle, stuff like that. Very fire combination here on a 6'9". Here's an example of a 6'9" with defensive cat breakers. On this one, the defensive rebound goes up to an 85 for gold box out beast. And then the block and interior defense are aligned for a Hall of Fame paint patroller. That way you only got a +1 to get it to legend. You also get gold interceptor and gold perimeter defensive badges. Last but not least, we got this version right here. And this is a really good one with driver dunk and playmaking cat breakers. So driver dunk goes from 75 up to 89. And then the pass accuracy goes really high. But most importantly, 2 cat breakers give you some Zach LaVine dribble style. And then more cat breakers give you some more animations. This isn't really that great playmaker-wise, but in combination to the driver dunk, that's what separates it. So that's why I don't really recommend it on the 6'8" builds, but on the 6'9" or 6'10", it's not that bad of a combination. For the heights of 6'11", 7 foot and taller, are 3-ball cat breakers the best? That might be your question, and I would probably say so. I've been looking at so many different cat breaker formulas and combinations, but 3-ball cat breakers seem to be the most consistent and reliable, and they're always good value. Now, steel is also a really good one to target, especially if you're trying to go high steel, like in the 73s for silver interceptor. Even trying to go to 60, spending 2 cat breakers to give you some really good value that way. Also, your speed and agility, if you lower them by a little bit and spend like a cat breaker or 2 to max them out, you usually get some good value that way as well. But 3-ball cat breakers seem to be very, very reliable. Now, you can also get playmaking cat breakers in combination to driver dunk on these heights as well, but that might not be the best bang for your buck, depending on how you want to construct your build. So, this right here, I'm just going to show one example for all heights 6'11" and taller. And it's all the combinations I just listed put into one package. So, you look here, we get the playmaking and driver dunk cat breakers, which is a really good combination. We also get the 3-ball cat breakers and the steel cat breakers. That's another good combination. And then we lower the speed and agility, and you get some really good stuff here with the +3 and the +6. Now, you might be like, how are you able to combine all these different combinations onto the big man height? Well, it's actually very simple. The big man height will pretty much give you the playmaking ones for free. And don't be mad that you're a small guard or anything like that, because they will also give you another form of cat breakers for free. Let's go over it. So we're back on our Ant-Man Edward builds. I'm going to use this one as an example. On heights that are 6'6" and under, from what I am understanding, they will also give you post-control cat breakers and standing dunk cat breakers for free. And what I mean by for free is that these things come unlocked early is kind of to be expected. It's going to be very tough to not make these come unlocked early, right? So they kind of give you these for free. And that's what they do for the playmaking cat breakers on big man builds that are 6'11 and taller, from what I've been seeing. They pretty much give you those for free, so those really don't count when they come unlocked early. So I'm going to show you why this is important. So this is the Ant-Man Edwards build, right? Now we're going to lower the free throw, and what you're going to notice is they give you this cat breaker family of post control, old board, strength, interior defense. They give you all that stuff for free, right? It comes unlocked super early, almost no matter what you do. Now, it's not only like this for small guards, 6'6" and under. It's also like this for big men, so I'm going to go to the builder and actually show you guys. Alright, so this is the build I just showed you guys, right? We're going to lower the free throw here, and playmaking comes a lot early. It almost doesn't matter what you do. Speed with ball and ball handle will always be cheap on a big man build, and then same thing for the small guards that are 6'6" and under. Post control, interior defense, strength, old board will all be cheap, no matter what you do for the most part, right? So, why does that matter? Because it's 6'6" and under and 6'11" and taller. I didn't mention 6'7" to 6'10". Here's why. So this is my Grinch lockdown build, right? I showed you guys this earlier for the 6'7" height example. Now, I didn't know at the time why I had to do this, but now I know completely. I lowered the free throw, and then, I'm going to keep lowering it, and it takes a while for this stuff to come unlocked. And all these other attributes come unlocked before drive, dunk, and block. So my drive, dunk, and block are not glitched out. Very unfortunate, right? So what I ended up doing was lowering the free throw and then raising the post control, right? So when you raise the post control enough, what happens is drive, dunk, and block come a lot kind of early now, right? And then if you want to raise it more, you see how they come a lot super early now, only for the cost of one free throw, two free throw. Now I know I got the cat breakers without a doubt. But the reason you have to do this on the 6'7" and 6'8" height is because they're not going to give you these for free, because they know these are actually valued, right? For example, a big man, they're usually not going to be dribbling around. That's why they give you the ball handle and the speed ball cat breakers for free on the big man. They're not going to charge you because they know those will unlock early every single time. Same thing with the small guard, 6'6" and under. They're not going to charge you for post control, interior defense, strength. They're going to let you get those cat breakers for free, right? So that's why those small guards are able to get like 9 different categories glitched out, and the big men are able to get so many categories glitched out. Where between the height 6'7" and 6'10", the cat breakers are a little bit trickier to understand. Does that make sense? So to get the cat breakers on dunk and block, there's multiple combinations of cat breakers that all these attributes are fighting for. And I want dunk and block, so I need dunk and block to be valued the lowest. So to do that, I will have to get my post control family of cat breakers, my O board higher. I will have to do stuff like that. I forgot I even raised the O board on this build. I didn't know why I had to get the 33 exactly, but that's why. I gotta get this family of cat breakers, the post control one, higher. What most lockdowns do is they mess up badly because they lower their ball handle and their playmaking all the way down, so they're not going to get these drive, dunk, and block cat breakers. Where are their cat breakers finna go? You lower the ball handle, and you lower the speed with ball, and then you put it on like rebound, right? You want to snag more boards. Now we go over here and we check. Oh, what came unlocked early? The playmaking cat breakers. So you got to get the playmaking cat breakers high enough so you can get the drive, dunk, and block cat breakers. You also got to get the post control family of cat breakers high enough so you can get the drive, dunk, and block cat breakers. That makes sense. In other words, if I'm not explaining this correctly, your drive, dunk, and block cat breakers need to be lower valued than the other families of cat breakers. Now, using this method, I'm going to show you guys how I created a build that got 99 perimeter, 99 steal, and 99 drive and dunk. So, this is the remade version of the Grinch. This is not the perfected version. What we are going to do is we're going to go back and not only remake every build I ever shown you guys, we're going to go back and perfect every build we ever shown you guys. I'm going to continue to lab this and to make adjustments and stuff like this. But if you guys want to get this, use it as a template or just make it right away, be my guest. But on this one, we get the drive dunk to go up to 99, and then we still keep 99 perimeter, 99 steal. To keep these glitchy cat breakers on dunk, block, and vertical, we had to make some sacrifices. We had to lower the vertical down from a 85 down to an 80, right? Because when we raised the drive dunk from a 76 to a 83 to go for the 99 rating, we lost the cat breakers, right? We also had to lower the ball handle from a 75 down to a 70. Remember, because drive dunk and ball handle were also tied together. Remember, they both get highlighted, right? So we gained the playmaking cat breakers. To get those playmaking cat breakers to go away, we raised our pass accuracy up to a 79. That got the playmaking cat breakers to go away. You remember the post control family cat breakers, right? Well, we raised our strength and we wanted to get our strength up so we could get a movable enforcer, right? That was the dream. But remember, drive dunk is tied to strength, but strength isn't tied to drive dunk. So unfortunately, we couldn't get it high enough to get a movable enforcer and stuff. So what we did instead was went over here and said, all right, we gotta get that post control family cat breakers up. Let's raise our post control some. We got this up to a 70, and we said, all right, that gives us post fade phenom. Let's get our mid range a little bit higher so we can get sharpshooter and takeover, and we can make some post fadeaways for late shot clock cheese and stuff like that. Does all that make sense? Am I explaining this right? Are you understanding this? If you are understanding this, type the number 1 in the comment section down below so I can see when it clicks for you. We will go to another example. So this is the 6'9" build that I showcased earlier, right? So on this one, lower the free throw, and we went the defensive cat breaker formula, right? And the defensive rebounding, right? So this gives us Hall of Fame paint patroller with the block interior defense. We get gold on-ball minutes, gold challenger, gold interceptor, gold box out beast, all enchilada, right? That's the route we went. Now, you guys are going to look at the build and be like, the build sucks. I know all my builds are trash. You guys always let me know all my builds are trash. But you're going to look at the build and you're going to try to make adjustments, right? And I'll always advocate for you guys to make adjustments and make the build tailor-made to your play style. So some of you guys are going to be like, I'm not really a post scorer, right? I'm going to lower the post control. And I just want to get the defensive rebounding up. Well, why don't we have these cat breakers now? We start lowering the stuff, and you see how they're not coming a lot early? Well, we don't have the cat breakers. So instead of us getting +5 on our steal and stuff like that, we're going to only get +1s and stuff. That's super unfortunate. Well, because the first family of cat breakers that are coming unlocked is the post control family, right? So we don't want to do that. That's why we had to raise the post control. So I didn't know why I was doing this stuff, but now I completely understand why I'm doing this stuff. Does that make sense? The same thing goes for playmaking. So a lot of you guys are going to lower the playmaking, right? And be like, I really don't want to dribble on my 6'9" build. I just want to play defense and get more dunk, get more standing dunk, whatever. You're going to change some things around. You might even go for more strength. Well, now you're not going to get the cat breakers on your defensive side of the ball. Where are you going to get the cat breakers? You're going to get them on your playmaking side of the ball. Does that make sense? So you got to raise all these families up, right? There's the shooting cat breaker family. The playmaking cat breaker family, the driver dunk, block, and vertical cat breaker family, the defensive cat breaker family, the post control cat breaker family. That's like 5 I named. I believe those are the 5. There are some other ones probably. If I'm missing anything, let me know down below in the comment section. But you just got to make sure you raise them all up and you keep the one that you want to target the lowest value. Does that make sense? If you are following, type the number 2 down below in the comment section so I can see when it registered for you. Now, we got to go take on the final boss. And here's the final boss, Kratos. So, this one is a very tricky one, but this will be meta changing. Everybody's point guards from now on will probably be going with these glitchy playmaking cat breakers. On this, you want to lower the free throw. And remember, I told you, you don't have to do that same thing you did on the 6'8", so lowering the free throw and raising the post control so you can get the cat breakers. They will give you the family of post control cat breakers for free, so you don't have to worry about that. But you lower the free throw, and you see for the cost of 7, you get pass accuracy. For the cost of 8, you get speed with ball to come unlocked. As long as you get both of these to come unlocked for 11 free throw or cheaper, you're good to go. Now, that's what I've seen so far, and that's been working consistently. If it costs like 13 free throw or 14 free throw, you don't have those cat breakers. But I do still recommend you use 2K Court Vision to verify everything, right? I promise you, once you get the hang of using 2K Court Vision, you're going to love it a whole lot more than even the free throw method. Alright, so let's go ahead and max this out. And what you want to do now is to see how everything connects. You just want to lower your interior defense. You just want to lower some things around, lower the free throw. And now all 21 attributes are available to be seen. Now we're going to go over here to pass accuracy. And pass accuracy is very unique because it's only tied to one other thing. All the other attributes on this game are tied to multiple things. Pass accuracy is only tied to your ball handle. Your ball handle is tied to your driving layup, your post control, your pass accuracy, and your speed with ball. And then your speed with ball is tied to your ball handle, your speed, and your agility. So, if you want to get glitchy playmaking cat breakers on your small guard, what should you be looking out for? You want to make all those attributes I listed be as low as possible, right? The higher you raise them, the less likely you are to get glitchy playmaking cat breakers. If you are struggling with getting the glitchy playmaking cat breakers, try lowering these ratings and then trying to get it that way. Like lower your speed, your agility, lower your pass accuracy, ball handle. Well, I wouldn't really lower the ball handle because you want this to go up to 92. And then at 84, you get plus twos until you hit 90. And then you get two plus ones to get up to 92. And that's the rating you want. But you can lower the speed with ball and just target 86 speed with ball, whatever the case may be, right? But you just want to lower some of these attributes around. And then once you get the cap breakers, I find it easier to keep the cap breakers sometimes than just obtaining them, right? Because once I get them, I got them. You feel me? It's like a girl in a relationship. Once you bagged her, you bagged her. You feel me? But that's what I did, right? And this is a 6'3" version. You can make this build at 6'4", and that is the challenge I'm giving you guys. Can you make a Kratos build at 6'4"? I'm gonna do a $100 giveaway, similar to what we did on Cat Breakers Part 2. And you guys are unfamiliar with that. Every week I have a community and I give them a challenge. This week's challenge will be making this Kratos build with glitchy playmaking cat breakers at the height 6'4". So the giveaway will be very, very simple. First, you gotta join the community. So you're not in the community, leave a comment on YT or DM me on TikTok. I will send you a link so you can join the community. It's free to join. It's free to enter into this giveaway. There's no paywall or anything. Just join the community, and then once you do that, you got to make a build, right? So the build will be the Kratos build. It needs to have 85 pass accuracy, 92 ball handle, 86 speed with ball, and you need to attain these ratings by glitching out the playmaking category. So once you do that, send me a photo of the build privately in the community link I sent you. Do not send it out to the community so everybody can see and then steal your sauce and all that. We help each other make builds in this community, but there's $100 on the line. You don't want people taking your secret Krabby Patty formula and all that. Make sure you DM me privately, and you got to do it on the community. Do not DM me on TikTok with a photo of your build, because I promise you I will get it lost in the sauce. I won't remember it. Join the community. That way we'll help you make builds and stuff like that. But most importantly, that's how you got to enter into this giveaway. Once you do that, make the build however you desire. The top 10 builds will be showcased next Sunday, March 15th, and that's when the giveaway be conducted. $100 total, $10 to each of the 10 builds showcased in that build. Remember, make it different. You copy mine, a lot of people are just going to copy mine, right? That's not really that different, right? So other people are going to have it. Make yours stand out. Give it something different. Make it unique. Make it something showcase worthy. Like I said, top 10 will be showcased. Top 10 will all get $10 on PlayStation or on Xbox. So remember, I don't get paid for this. I'm not monetized yet on TikTok or on YT, but I'm getting very, very close. Share this video, like this video, repost this video, all that stuff. This is coming out of my pocket, so you guys can do that. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. If you understand how to do this, type the number 3. If you do not understand how these cat breakers work, type the number 4, and I will gladly try to help you guys. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something new. As always, God bless.